This is okra, and we'll be cooking okra pepper soup today from Nigeria. Okra pepper soup. So this is the okra we are using. If you are new to this channel, this station, you know that you are an old viewer, you know that this station is all about teaching. It's teaching on how to make Nigerian food from start to finishing. With this station, you can make good Nigerian food from start to finishing without needing the help of a third party, because I will teach you from the do's and the don'ts in cooking of Nigerian dishes. If it's the ones that has part one to any part it has, I'll be teaching you in this channel how to cook various food without needing the help of a third party from scratch to finishing. So what we are doing now is to wash the okra. The main ingredient for this food is our okra. It's in the English name, I think it's a lady's finger. So we're using the lady's finger. This is okra. It's one of our major ingredients. It's not the major, it's one of our major ingredients in this food. So we have to properly wash. In Nigeria, we wash our stuff very thoroughly because we don't want bacteria or germs inside our food. So we wash well before cooking with it. So this is our cutting. I have to cut it for it to. The reason I'm cutting it is so that when I cook with it, you still see, feel it and show when you are eating it. You know, this one is a vegetable. I want you to show it, to see something and show in your food. Some people might want to just put it inside blender and grind. And it's okay, it's not bad. You can still do it that way, but doing it this way makes it more beautiful and then gives you more something to show as you're cooking. It comes out more beautiful, more tantalizing, more appetizing, if I can use that word. So this is what we are doing here. If you are new to the channel, please hit the notification button, subscription, and then share. Thank you. So this is what we are doing now. We are trying to cut it. You see the way I divided it at the middle to make it to give just to make it to give it a shape, nothing more, just to give it shape. So you can decide to cut it as you like, any shape you like. There's no formula to it, there's no style, there's not that is wrong for you. If you any style you wish to just cut, it's left for you. Okay, you can do it any style, whichever way you want it to come out. If you decide to just cut it into cube, fine. Circle, fine. Or grind it, is okay. It will still come out good. Okay, this is the stage that we're in now. To just remove that one. No, this thing, the shopping board is full. To remove it and then create space for continuous shopping. Although this shopping process takes time compared to when you just put it inside blender and blend. Or if you have that chopper, that machine that chops, is better. You can still use it. But this method is our Nigerian traditional way of chopping our okra for this food. Okay, this is our African way. So when you see somebody that says I'm craving homemade food, Nigeria homemade, that Nigeria, this is how they do it. So we are done. Cleaning is next to godliness. As you are cooking, you clean because there's nobody that will come and help you to clean. So this is shaki, cow skin. Yeah, not cow skin, cow towel. So it's shaki. So we cut our shaki and make you just cut it. The reason we are cutting, we cannot put the shock of shaki into our meal, into our food and cook. It will not be beautiful. You know, in Nigeria, we need variety of food, of proteins inside our food. You say little this, little that, make a mighty ocean. So just make it little, little, and make it. We like assorted though. Nigerian food is made with assorted. We like different variety in our food. So this is our shaki. You have to cut it. As we are eating, we eat meat, we eat fish. That is the essence of putting all these things, and it's made the food to be more tastier. It gives it more taste, make it more flavorful. So anyone you have, you can put. There's no restriction to the things you can use to cook Nigerian food. This particular food, you can use anything you have, any fish, any meat, any seafood. Put it inside to come out more tasteful, more flavorful. Okay, so this is the stage. I'm just trying to cut it to be small, not be too big, so that it will be easy for you to pick while eating. You understand now? Those that have I know you have eaten Nigerian food before for you to be disinterested. Even if you have not, this is pomo. We have various types of pomo. Pomo is cow skin. Okay, so this one is big. You have the ones that are small, that the ones that look like is white. This one is cooked, roasted. You have the different production process of cow skin. So when you see some that is thin or that is thick, you know it's thick pomo. As long as they tell you it's pomo, it's, it's pomo. So it's cow skin. It has to have the skin like this. So it's cow skin, and they have some that you can easily just put in the fire for like 30 minutes. It's ready. While some you can cook for 1 hour plus before it gets ready. Yeah. So it depends. What you do is to just, as a cooking, you test. This one now will not take too much time. Maybe like 30, depends. Some might be looking like this, but when you cook and cook and cook, it will not still come out beautiful, done, except you test to see if it's soft for your taste. This is gizzard. Okay, this is gizzard. We have gizzard. Like I rightly said, you can add any protein of your choice. And it must not be, this is salt. Salt is to kill bacteria and germs. So I always wash with salt. If you have vinegar, you use. If you don't have vinegar, use salt, because salt is always available in the kitchen. So it will still give you the same result. So in this stage, you wash thoroughly. No, in Nigeria we wash. We are not stingy with washing of our ingredients. And if you are cooking, you don't skip all this process, because it will have effect in your food. You might say, these things they are taking too much time now. Why not just skip and skip? Yes, it's because I want you to see the process. That is why I said I cook from scratch to finishing. I will teach you what you should do. The food now, if you put that thing inside your food like that now, it will not be tasty. It will have a very funny taste to your food. So you have to wash and make the the meat or anything you are cooking with to come to have a unique taste of that Nigerian food that you've eaten or you wish to eat, that is very tasty, that's very tasteful. Okay, so wash, very necessary. I know some people will say, since I got it from the supermarket, what, so I don't need to wash, I've already done it. No, you wash. Nigerians will wash, make it to be very clean. You want to be sure of what you are cooking with. Okay, and preparation process. If you have gotten to this stage in this preparation process, that means you can actually cook Nigerian food, because in cooking Nigerian food is patience, love, and concentration. Patience, love, and concentration. And you see, this process is like 40% to the cooking, because it is very, very important. The preparation process is vitally important as the cooking process. So let me just say 50-50. Okay, because when you prepare your food and you did not place the cooking well, it will also come out somehow. When you prepare your preparation of your cooking comes out well, your cooking too comes out well, your food will be very flavorful. So you should concentrate on the preparation. Don't skip it, don't rush. Okay, so this stage, the basic things we'll be using to season is basic. This is onion. I'll chop it and slice it. Basic. It does not really require excess. Some people use garlic, ginger. You can still use it. It's not a crime, but most Nigerians we hardly use such things for soup because it will add one kind funny taste to our food. Okay, but if you are cooking this food, I wouldn't advise you to use ginger and curry. Just onion is okay for that aspect. Okay, so the original Nigerian food you are cooking, use onions, seasoning powder, salt, enough onion to season with, your seasoning powder, then your salt and your water. For soup, I'm not talking of uh, I'm not talking of rice, I'm not talking of sauce, I'm not talking of stew. This Nigerian soup, I know some people will say we call soup what is meant to be called sauce, we are calling it soup. What is meant to be soup, I don't know. But this what we use for swallows is salt. We are using salt and to taste. This is seasoning powder. This is our seasoning powder. So what we call salt might not be what we call soup might not be what you call soup. But what we use to do swallow in Nigeria, we call it soup. What we use to do swallow, we use eba, fufu, semo, amala, starch. All those things in Nigeria we call it swallow. This is snail. Okay, this is snail. So you can use this snail now. I'm using water to wash it. Although it's not dry snail, they have already dried it. But normally in Nigeria, we go to the market, we buy the fresh snail, they will remove it for us, we take it to, we will wash it, all the sliminess out of it. Then before we use it to cook, it's fresh. So you see, not most times we actually eat fresh food. So, but this one is dried. Okay, they have already dried it. So I have to wash it. And washing it now. You have to properly wash. Like I at least everything is washed. You don't just bring it and put inside your food. No. Because there might even be sand. You understand? And you don't want to be eating sand in your food. So what you do is to properly wash it. Wash well. So like as I was saying before, if this process you have to pay attention. And oh, I forgot. Oh, you have not subscribed. Please subscribe now to give it the much visibility that it needs. As long as you've got to this stage, it means you're enjoying it. It means there's something that is catching your attention. So please like, subscribe, and share to give it the much needed visibility. Wow, did you just did that? Did you just subscribe? Wow, thank you very much. I appreciate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for giving me the much needed visibility for subscribing and sharing. I appreciate. Thank you. So, so this is our, what is it called? Our snail. Like I rightly said earlier on that there is no crime to what you can use to cook this food. In fact, the more you put assorted, the more tastier the food becomes. Okay? So you need assorted. Anything of your chef, put it inside. We are not stingy with what you put. The assorted we use to cook our soup. That is what gives it that unique Nigerian taste. Okay? So you wash and wash. I am still washing. Don't be tired. You say, this lady, you keep washing and washing, and you wash on the nutrient away. It's better to be safe. Okay, so I have to put it inside to boil together. The reason for this is because it's dried. And if I just take it to cook now, so I'm cooking it. This is crayfish, crayfish. Another important ingredient in this soup, crayfish. okay, to blend our crayfish. The reason, let me go back to that thing. It was too much, so I have to remove a little so that I can grind. So the reason for that cooking of that snail now, because they dried it, and if I cook with it like that, it will not get softened. It will be too hard. So I have to cook it so that to make it soft. Okay. So in my next video, you also see another method that I'm using to still take care of that snail. So please don't skip my videos. Set your notification so that when the next video comes, you will know the other method to also use for your snail that I'm using. I teach, I don't just cook. I teach in this channel. You are here to learn how to cook and also learn why things are done some certain ways. So I'm here. What I did here was just to turn the snail so that it will get receive water and cook well properly. At earlier on I put it at the top, so now I'm just mixing it wet and add more water to it so that it can cook well. Dat shaki is strong, Pomo is strong, and the snail too is strong, so it needs water to boil well. Okay, that is why I added water to it. Assuming I'm cooking with just chicken, I would have add water to it first. Oh, this is our crayfish. So crayfish and pepper soup spices, another very ingredient that should not be missing in this food. This is our dried pepper, and it's grounded. This is the grounded version, so I had to grind it before using it. You can use plenty pepper if you are that type that like to eat spicy food, hot food. Please put pepper to your choice. Another important ingredient, pepper soup leaf, very important. Pepper soup leaf, very important. And that pepper soup spices. The important ingredient of this soup that you cannot miss: okro, pepper soup spices, and pepper soup leaf. You cannot afford to miss those food. If any of them is missing, you know that the soup, especially the spices and that okra, you know that is another soup you are cooking. Okay, if the spices is not there, the okra is not there, it's another food. This is yin. I don't know the English name. It's pepper soup. It has seed in the middle. You can just use something to mash it or just break it. But I have to wash it before putting it. It's vitally important. No, I always wash. We always wash our things before cooking with it. You can just mash it before putting it, or break it and put, like what I just did here now, just to break it and put. So it's your choice, any which way you need to put it. This one, if you have it, put it, very important. But if you don't have it, it's not a must. You can just still skip it because inside that pepper so spices you already have inside. But the reason I'm putting it, you never can tell because I already bought that spices blended. So some ingredient might not be there. The person who blended it might not put it. So just to be sure, you just put it. Even if they blended it inside, it will not still affect your food. It will still come out well. This is periwinkle. Okay, this periwinkle, what you do is to properly wash because of sand. Properly wash because of sand. See the way I'm scooping it to make sure there's no sand. So I washed it. If it's that dry type, you soak it for a while before you, so that it will absorb water before you cook with it. So that was the essence of washing. So you have to make sure you wash well before you cook with it to avoid sand. Okay. So periwinkle is vitally important in this food. If you don't have, it's not a crime, but it's very, very needed. If you had it, you will muchly enjoy your food. It's I think this soup is from the Niger Delta region. To be precise, Delta State. Okay, you might not see this food all over Nigeria. So there are some specific food from specific region of Nigeria. So the food you see You might see it in this part in the south, you will not see it in the east. You will see it in the east, you might not see it in the west. You see it in the west, you might not see it in the north. So right in this station, you are in the right place to learn varieties of Nigerian food. Okay, this soup now, some states they don't cook it. This is the okra. We are now adding the okra to it. The sliced okra. This is the sliced okra. We are now adding at this stage. You know, okra is vegetable. It does not take long to get cooked. That was why we had to put it last. So we'll cover. We'll allow it to cook for like 5 minutes. Okay, we are back. So we'll stir. We'll make sure everything incorporates. The food, the meat, the stock, everything to come together and incorporate. You see the way the okra is still very green. I didn't cook it for long. And okra soup, don't cook, you just add little water to make it a bit lighter so that everything can boil well, can cook properly. So that is what we are doing now. We're adding more water to it. We're adding more water because I noticed it was still too strong, so I added more water. Okay. So we stir well, proper stirring. You know my food I stir so that it does not get burnt. Even if you are using a non-sticky pot, you have still need to stir so that your food does not get burnt under. Okay, you cover, allow it to still cook for like 5 to 10 minutes again. We're back. You see the color has changed from that a very fresh green nature to like a brown color a bit. So you see it has changed. You see now at this stage you just still stay away. So you don't so that some part will not have the ingredient and some part is not having the ingredient. So proper mixing. Don't be scared. Mix your food well. Stir it well, but be very careful. Okay. So this stage we'll test for salt, we'll test for seasoning, we'll test for ingredient to know if it's okay or we need to add any other thing to make it more. So this stage I just needed the seasoning powder and a little salt. Then I add a little water to it because I noticed it was still too thick. Okay. So you stir again and make sure the salt enters well. Okay. So that one part will not be having too salt or seasoning and the other part will not season any seasoning of your choice. So seasoning powder of your choice. But the seasoning powder I'm using now is the seasoning vegetable seasoning. It's a vegetable seasoning powder. That is what I'm using. So if your seasoning powder is salty, is that salty type, you see the time now that I added the seasoning powder first. So on this stage now you now test again to see if everything has entered well. So I tested again because I did not put too much. You just little so that your food will not be too salty or too sweet. And this food don't put too much onions. So you see that I did not put onions again. So that onions that I used to cook. So we are back again to open our food. You see the color has changed and everything has entered. That salt has cooked now. The seasoning powder too has still cooked. So what I did, no much onions. This food does not need too much onions because your food will be tasting too sweet. If the onions is too much, it will not be sweet because okra on its own is sweet, so you don't need too much onions. So our food is ready. This is eba. You can use wheat, you can use semo, you can use fufu, you can eat starch. But please don't try starch if you are not from Delta State, you have not tried it before because not everybody that likes the starch. So this is you see the shaki. This is how we do it. Okay. Thank you for watching.